In 1590, a man carved a single word into a wooden post, CROATOAN. Behind him lay an entire settlement, houses, livestock, families, vanished into the thin air of the New World. No bodies, no blood, no struggle. For 400 years, America has called it a mystery. But the truth wasn't lost. It was buried under layers of blood, betrayal, and a secret that still breathes beneath the soil of North Carolina. This is not just a ghost story. This is the foundation of a nation built on a disappearance. Chapter 1. The Return to Silence. The Atlantic Ocean was a restless beast in August of 1590. John White stood at the prow of the Hopewell, his knuckles white as he gripped the railing. His eyes were fixed on the thin strip of land known as Roanoke Island. For 3 years, the image of his daughter Eleanor and his granddaughter Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas, had been his only reason to wake up in the morning. The war with the Spanish Armada had kept him away. He had begged Queen Elizabeth for ships, for supplies, for a chance to save his people. Now, finally, he was back. "Smoke!" shouted a lookout from the mast. White's heart leaped. Smoke meant fire. Fire meant people. "Row faster!" he commanded the sailors as they lowered the small boats. As the keel scraped the sandy shore, White didn't wait for the boat to steady. He jumped into the knee-deep water, splashing toward the dunes. He expected to hear the chime of a blacksmith's hammer or the laughter of children. He expected to see the smoke of a cooking fire. But as he climbed the ridge, the silence hit him like a physical blow. The settlement was there, or what was left of it. The tall wooden palisade built for protection still stood, but the houses inside were gone. Not burned down, not destroyed by a storm, dismantled, taken apart piece by piece, as if the inhabitants had planned their departure with surgical precision. "Eleanor! Virginia!" White's voice cracked. Only the sound of the wind through the cedar trees answered him. Then he saw it. On one of the main posts of the entrance, the bark had been stripped away. In deep, jagged capital letters, a word was etched into the wood. CROATOAN. There was no cross, the prearranged signal for distress. If they were in danger, they were supposed to carve a Maltese cross above the name. There was no cross, but there were no people. 115 men, women, and children had evaporated. White walked toward the spot where his own house had stood. He began to dig frantically in the soft earth where he had buried his chests of books and maps years ago. He found them, but they were ruined, torn open, their contents rotted by rain and chewed by animals. "They didn't just leave," whispered a sailor behind him, his face pale. "The forest swallowed them, Governor. This land, it doesn't want us here." White looked at the word again, CROATOAN. It was the name of a nearby island, home to a friendly tribe. But the sky was darkening, a storm was brewing, a great colonial hurricane that would force the ships to weigh anchor and flee back to the sea. John White would never see his family again. He would die in England, a broken man, haunted by that single word. But the story didn't end with John White. The story was just beginning, because miles away, deep in the swamps, a blue-eyed child was watching the horizon, waiting for a father who would never return, and carrying a secret that would change the map of the world forever.